Every single day, millions of American families add this to their coffee, their cereal, their recipes. But nobody ever asks, where does it actually come from? You've seen it your whole life. You've used it every single day. But the journey it takes to reach you is something almost nobody has ever seen. Today, we're going inside one of the world's most incredible manufacturing plants, a modern sugar mill, where millions of bags are produced every single day. We got exclusive access inside this facility, and what you're about to see will completely change the way you look at something as simple as a bag of sugar. Let's go inside. Before we go inside, you need to understand the scale of what we're looking at. A single modern sugar mill processes between 5,000 and 15,000 tons of sugarcane every single day. That's not per week, that's not per month. Every single day, non-stop, 24 hours, 7 days a week during crushing season. The machines never sleep. And the output? Millions of bags, stacked floor to ceiling, ready to ship across the country and around the world. This is one of the most powerful food industries on the planet. But every bag of sugar starts here, in the fields. Far from any factory, far from any machine.
Sugarcane takes 10 to 12 months to fully grow. These farmers plant, water, and protect these crops through extreme heat, floods, and dry seasons.
When harvest season arrives, it's a race against time. Because once sugarcane is cut, the sugar content inside starts dropping within hours. Speed is everything. Modern mills use mechanical harvesters that can cut and collect hundreds of tons in a single day. One machine doing the work of hundreds of workers. The freshly cut cane is loaded immediately, and the race to the mill begins. Every minute counts. Hundreds of vehicles arrive every single morning. The mill gates open before sunrise and don't close until after midnight. The very first stop, the weighbridge. Every single load is measured with precision digital scales. This number matters more than almost anything else. Because this receipt, this number, determines exactly how much money the farmer gets paid. For many families, this is their entire year's income. Everything rides on this moment. Once weighed, the cane is unloaded into the yard. Giant cranes move hundreds of tons, making it look effortless. From the yard, cane moves onto conveyor belts, a network of moving highways that keep the entire plant fed with raw material 24 hours a day. Every belt is monitored constantly. One breakdown, one jam, and the entire production line stops. Operators watch every section in real time.
Before any processing begins, the cane must be cleaned. It arrives with mud, rocks, dry leaves, and sometimes even metal debris from harvesting equipment.
Powerful air blowers remove dry leaves and light debris. Then water jets wash every stalk clean. Metal detectors and magnetic separators pull out any metal fragments. One piece of metal inside a crusher could cause catastrophic and expensive damage. Now the cane enters the cutting stage. Huge rotating knives, spinning at incredible speed, slice the long stalks into short, manageable pieces. Then the shredder. Hundreds of rotating hammers tear the cane into fine shredded fiber, massively increasing the surface area for juice extraction. This step is crucial. The more surface area exposed, the more juice the rollers can squeeze out. Engineering working at its finest. And now we reach the heart of the entire plant, the crushing mill. These steel rollers can weigh over 10 tons each, and they're about to squeeze juice out of every single strand of fiber. Watch this. The shredded cane enters the rollers, and the juice just pours out. Thousands of pounds of pressure squeezing every last drop. The cane passes through 4 to 5 sets of rollers. Between each one, hot water is sprayed onto the fiber. This pulls out any remaining juice. This process is called imbibition. What comes out the other side is bagasse, completely dry sugarcane fiber. No juice left. Every drop has been extracted. 97% efficiency. And here's what blows most people's minds. That bagasse goes straight to the boilers, where it's burned as fuel to generate the steam and electricity that powers the entire mill. First, it passes through fine screens, removing any remaining bagasse particles or solid material that made it through the rollers. The raw juice is now rapidly heated, up to 70 degrees Celsius. This kills bacteria, stops fermentation, and prepares the juice for chemical treatment. Temperature control at every stage is critical. Too hot, you destroy the sucrose. Not hot enough, bacteria survive. Precision is everything. Now begins the purification process. Lime, calcium hydroxide, is added to the juice. Watch what happens. The lime reacts with impurities in the juice, causing them to clump together into larger particles. This is called flocculation. These clumps will now sink to the bottom. The treated juice enters these massive clarifier tanks, where it separates. Clean golden juice rises to the top. Muddy impurities sink to the bottom.
Look at this transformation. This is the same juice, just minutes later. This is the power of industrial chemistry.
Even the muddy waste from the bottom isn't discarded. Rotary vacuum filters squeeze out any remaining juice. Nothing is wasted. The clarified juice is still 85% water. All that water needs to go. It enters these massive evaporators, some as tall as a 4-story building. The clarified juice is still 85% water. All that water needs to go. It enters these massive evaporators, some as tall as a 4-story building. This is a multiple effect evaporator, a chain of vessels where steam from one stage heats the juice in the next. Incredibly energy efficient. 1 unit of steam does the work of 4. What enters as thin juice leaves as thick golden syrup. The transformation is stunning. This syrup is now ready for the most precise stage of all. Welcome to the most critical stage in the entire plant, crystallization. This is where sugar is literally born. Right here, in these vessels. Tiny seed crystals are introduced into the syrup inside vacuum pans. Under precisely controlled temperature and pressure, the sucrose molecules in the syrup attach to these seeds, growing, layer by layer. These operators are called pan boilers. They watch the crystal growth constantly, adjusting temperature, vacuum, and timing. Too fast, irregular crystals. Too slow, wasted energy. This is science and art. The resulting mixture, called massicouite, is a combination of sugar crystals suspended in thick liquid molasses. But now, they need to be separated. The massicouite goes into centrifuge machines. These spin at over 1,000 RPM, generating centrifugal forces that separate sugar crystals from the liquid molasses. Watch this. White sugar crystals appear on the inside of the basket, while dark molasses drains through the tiny holes in the wall. Then steam and hot water wash the crystals, making them even whiter.
And there it is, white granulated sugar, pouring out, the product of this entire incredible journey.
The molasses that drains out is collected and sold separately for ethanol production, animal feed, and pharmaceutical manufacturing. Again, zero waste. The sugar crystals coming out of the centrifuges still contain moisture. Pack damp sugar and it clumps, unusable. So it enters rotary dryers. After drying, the sugar must be cooled gradually, from hot to room temperature. Too fast, the crystals crack. Too slow, the line backs up. Finally, vibrating screens sort the crystals by size. Retail grade, industrial grade, specialty grades, each goes to a different destination. Before any sugar leaves this plant, it goes through rigorous quality control. Samples are taken every 30 minutes from multiple points in the process. Color, moisture content, sucrose percentage, granule size, everything must meet international food safety standards. The ICUMSA color rating determines sugar grade, and customers demand consistency.
If any batch doesn't meet the standard, it goes back. Quality is non-negotiable. The consumer's trust depends on it.
The approved sugar now enters the packaging hall. Automated machines fill bags at high speed, whether 1 kg retail bags, 25 kg sacks, or massive 50 kg industrial bags. Every bag is sealed, weighed, labeled, date-stamped, and checked. A barcode is applied, allowing the product to be traced from this exact machine to any store shelf in the world. Robotic palletizers stack the bags with inhuman precision, hundreds of bags per hour, stacked perfectly, ready for storage and shipping. From a seed planted in the ground by a farmer waking before sunrise, to 60 scenes later, to your kitchen in America. This is the real story of sugar. The next time you reach for that sugar bowl, you'll